Are you ready for the Pisces Lunar Eclipse, a super full moon on September 17th, 25 degrees, conjunct Neptune? It's dreamy and wild. Some drama. Virgo season. Pew. Hello everybody, it's Eric Taylor, and I'm here with another transit video discussing a very dreamy energy. An energy with kind of that mutable energy, right? The fish going two different directions. We're talking about the Pisces lunar eclipse. It's a partial lunar eclipse because the nodes are still in Aries and Libra at 6 degrees. So this is a sneak preview of really what's happening in 2025 and 2026. The Virgo sun at 25 degrees, right? The final decan, the Virgo Taurus decan. The lunar mansion behind that sun is Mars. The Pisces moon conjunct Neptune, 25, Neptune 28 degrees retrograde. The Pisces moon, the lunar mansion behind it is Mercury, and it's in the Pisces Scorpio decan. This is a lot. They're both at that Aries degree, and we have a lot of interesting energy on this September 17th. So if your birthday is around the 15th through, let's say, the 19th, even the 21st, you're going to feel this in a strong way. Or if you have any mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, between even 23 and 29 degrees. Excuse me. Had some almonds. You can feel this pretty intense. We have Mercury opposing Saturn. Virgo, Mercury 14 degrees, Saturn retrograde 15 degrees. And we have a grand cardinal cross. Mars in Cancer, Ceres in Capricorn, Ceres the goddess of harvest, the Aries north node, the Libra south node. And you can kind of say Jupiter and Gemini squaring the sun a little bit and the moon. It's at 20 degrees, they're at 25, but you could feel it. And to top it off, we have a grand Earth trine and moon conjunct Neptune as well. But the grand Earth trine is the sun at 25 degrees, trining Taurus at 27 degrees retrograde Uranus, and trining Pluto retrograde in Capricorn at 29 degrees. We say, Eric, what does this all mean? Because it's a super full moon, it's closer to the Earth. And it's kind of previewing the next 2 years of our lives. But you have to go back to 2016, 2017 on this axis where we had the Virgo North Node. The Pisces North Node, this was 2006, 2007. So just think and look in your houses of Virgo and Pisces, especially the Pisces, and what was going on in your life. You know, what were you experiencing? I think back to 06, 07, it's like I was getting prepared to get married. You know, I was redoing my building in New York City, my brownstone, taking care of my mother, and really putting in the emotional, mental discipline for building my new reality back then in terms of being prepared to be a husband. Didn't know when or how, but that's kind of was my mindset. And, you know, some secrets can be revealed. There can be some illusion and confusion and some deceptions. Dreams, the ruler of this moon, Jupiter and Gemini, some dreams could be extremely expanded, and so could the deception and confusion. there could be an increase in some flooding. We're still dealing in hurricane season, so there could be some extreme flooding, also just some wild extreme weather. But the energy is really speaking to building a new reality, kind of like understanding that the past, we're closing a chapter from 2008 with Pluto Capricorn. And we're moving forward by building a new spiritual reality focused on our spiritual and physical and mental health. Don't ever forget, Virgo, very intuitive, Pisces, very psychic, and it's on the health axis. So you're kind of, Virgo the Virgin is of service to humanity. Pisces the Fish is kind of service to the collective, more in the spiritual realm. Virgo in the physical reality. And you see that so much with the grand Earth trine, having the Virgo sun trining Uranus and Pluto and Taurus and Capricorn. So there's an energy that the dreams that we are feeling, thinking, emotionally vibrating on and trying to manifest, we can bring them into physical reality. And we can see great changes in the political, financial, and entertainment sectors, but also in our self-worth and our values. Who do we want to be? Who do we want to be to get to 2027 and for the rest of this decade? Remember, we have huge shifts. 2027 is the human design prophecy leaving the solar plexus and then vibrating from the heart chakra for the collective. 2026, Saturn and Neptune in February will enter Aries, leaving Pisces. November 19th, 2024, Pluto will go back to Aquarius until 2044, the next 20 years. April of 2026, Uranus will go into Gemini. And I do believe before Uranus goes into Gemini, we will have hopefully a decentralized, but definitely a centralized digital currency. And hopefully it's not, going to be like a digital prison and stuff like that. I don't want to get into any fear mongering, because I'm very optimistic. But yeah, governments can try to have you, not get on the internet without a digital ID and a digital this and a social credit score. Things can be more like China. We don't know. We've got BRICS trying to formulate, and the fiat currency, meaning paper dollar bills, it's dying quickly. The one thing I would say is just to, you've heard enough people say it, you see what's going on with these banks failing. So just be open to credit unions, community banks, gold, silver, some crypto, and some cash in your home. It's just smart to diversify. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you do that all the time. But maybe you are relying on the big banks. I'm not going to name them, you know who they are. And you want to make sure you're putting in structures in place that if something crashes and hits the fan, you're going to be all right. You're not destroyed. And that's just being proactive. September 17th, and honestly, this eclipse energy, you could really start feeling it from September 4th to October 1st, and really all the way to, March 17th, the next 6 months, until we get to the Pisces new moon in early March. Eclipses are karmic fated energy, and because it's a super full moon very close to the Earth, and even though it's a partial lunar eclipse, it's very dramatic and dreamy because of the moon being conjunct Neptune. Fantasies and dreams can be intense, but you've got to try to ground into the earth and physical reality. This is not time for escapism. This is time for being practical, analytical, and logical, but understanding that you are a soul in this physical avatar body having a spiritual experience. And so Saturn and Pisces, I've been screaming it for the last over 2 years, or at least a year and a half. It wants you to have healthy boundaries. It wants you to have compassion, empathy, grace, and mercy for yourself first, then your children, your spouse, your friends, your parents, your family. And it wants you to put in the work. We've got to put in the work. The Galactic Federation, Anunnaki, whoever you think is out there watching Earth right now, and we are on the big screen. They want to see what mankind is going to do to evolve on their own. Some of you may meditate and pray and get downloads and get insights from your spirit guides and guardian angels. And that's not crazy woohoo stuff. It's reality. The veil is super thin. The electromagnetic blasts, M-class, X-class solar flares that are coming from the sun, the electromagnetic energy, we are literally having our DNA affected and changed. Right now, people can be going through headaches, dizziness, feeling extremely tired, lethargic, body aches and pains, some more than others. Maybe if you are in this chart's an Aries rising and you got the Pisces in the 12th house, you may be feeling it big time. And it doesn't matter where you have it in your chart, just being human on this earth and this earthly experience, you may very well be experiencing just time shifts, kind of like quantum leaping and jumping, seeing elementals or beings or things from the corner of your eyes. I know it can sound far-fetched, but being the practical analytical Virgo, I've seen some stuff myself and I've shared it with you guys that is like, whoa. And you have to kind of have the ruler of this full moon is Jupiter. Expand your mind, your communications, your thoughts, and your information input and output. Jupiter and Gemini until I believe June 9th, 2025. So this is an opportunity to expand consciousness with this full moon as well. This grand cardinal cross with the Aries North Node, Libra South Node, Ceres, the goddess of harvest, and Capricorn, and Mars in Cancer, we are going to be definitely thinking about how can we protect our family and our home and really emotionally provide the sustenance and the proper health and food for our children. Flu season's coming up. Who knows with another virus and monkeypox and this and that and sears and whatever they're cooking, whatever's being cooked up. It could just be a bad flu season. We have to be intentional, and that's what this Pisces full moon is talking about. And Mercury opposing Saturn, we need to be realistic about our health. Not be delusional and get caught up in the media and the television and take our health into our own hands and control. You can do it. And some of that is the spirulina, the ashwagandha, the iron, the fruits, the veggies, the H3O from the fruits, vitamin D, calcium, sea moss. Be maniacal, intentional about your spiritual practice, grounding and earthing, hugging trees. It's been go time, but for some that may be late to the party, you want this divine knowledge and information to pour over you so you can be a part of the journey of existing in the fifth dimension and not living in the 3D. Let it be an old movie, TV show rerun that you may turn through the channel, look at it, and then be like, that's interesting, but that's not for me. Don't get caught up in the whole foray and debates, the silliness around the election. It's going to be whatever it's going to be, and it's really not going to affect you. I know you think it will, but it really won't. Whatever is in the works or being planned will happen no matter who wins. I promise you that. So you have got to be active in your own community. You've got to build your own networks, your own spiritual teams, your own spiritual practices in your own home with you and your children. I pray with my boys every night, but we're also getting into, at least once a week doing a grounding and earthing and a spiritual meditation with them as well. The technology is affecting all of us. It's not just the kids, right? My wife and I have to put down the cell phones at times too, because any human can get distracted, and you should be wearing the blue, the glasses to block you from the blue ray lights from the computers and the cell phones. It's not good for you. You've got to care about your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual health. Part of that is like a technology diet. Turning off the internet, turning off the phone or television 30 minutes before you go to bed, eating with the circadian rhythms of the sun. Right? I'm recording this on the 9th, my son's 25th birthday, and my 54th birthday is tomorrow. And I am existing in a new reality that I've been building, of being not a part of the 3D, being positive and optimistic, having the deep water faith, knowing that I am divinely ordered and with divine providence here for a purpose, right? I didn't call on Jesus or Yeshua while I was in coma for nothing. It's because I have that faith, but because, it's deeper than the physical realm. We have eternal life. We have to start to understand that our ancestors are real. We can connect to them. Don't get caught up in just, and I'm not trying to knock any religion. I'm still a Christian. But I'm about really practicing Yeshua's words. Having compassion and empathy, the book of Ephesians, agape Christ-like love. But you've got to be intentional about how you live your life and how you treat others. I'm not playing any games with you. I'm very authentic with all my clients, and I want the best for them in their lives. And that's why I tell you, come and do chart readings with me. Astrological, transformational coaching program, business birth charts, love charts, whatever it is, because that's my mantra and my calling to do the best I can do for you. And that's how God has gifted me and increased my intuition to get downloads and insights to give you in chart readings. So we're going to get to this chart. We are going to really see how things are at work. And this is at 10:34 p.m. Eastern, 7:34 p.m. Pacific, and on the 18th in Universal Time in England. But make sure you are, I don't know about doing the moon water, but I would definitely charge up your crystals. You can put your crystals in your bed, under your pillow. But try to be realistic and try to see through the veils of deception. And some of them are very strong when it comes to the pharmaceuticals, government, FDA, brown health. That's why Mercury in Virgo is opposing Saturn in Pisces, right? Saturn, Moon, kind of in a conjunction, 15 to 25 degrees. You're going to feel more of the conjunction with Moon conjunct Neptune. But that Saturn there is wanting us to be realistic and to have healthy boundaries, even with the media and the television. And I'm not saying that whether it's, Fox, ABC, CNN, left, right, social media, this and that, I'm not saying that any news or media is good or the truth. I think to be more realistic, we need to use our third eye and have that spiritual discernment to really, tap in, right? And, use our heart, our third eye, throat, and heart chakra to really, be heart-centered beings, and to really be open to positive outcomes no matter what the circumstances are in this 3D reality. It's going to get crazy. There's nothing to fear, but between now and November 19th, and honestly, 25, 26, this is previewing this Pisces North Node energy that's coming, starting in February of 2026. Aries North Node ends, I think, January 11th. But the next eclipses will be on the Virgo-Pisces axis, February, March. Pisces new moon, Virgo full moon. Are you ready? All right, let's get to the chart. Let's build a new reality. Let's turn the fantasies into a dream. Let's focus on our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. And let's enjoy this Pisces lunar eclipse super full moon at 25 degrees, which is a 7, a very spiritual number. And expand our hearts and compassion to our fellow man. We need more love in this world. And the heart chakra and love is the only way you will win this game and truly elevate your heart and soul and escape this matrix. All right? Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. Let's check out the chart for the Pisces lunar eclipse. Pew! All right, here's the chart. We're going to zoom in, see the Aries rising, Virgo sun, Pisces moon. So even looking at the chart ruler Mars and Cancer, it's a part of, and it's here, I told you, till April, I think it's April 18, 2025. It will go into Leo, I think December to February, 6 degrees and retrograde back. But that's a long time, so pay attention to what house you have your Cancer in, and even your Leo. The next 8 months, it can be really, really challenging energy, especially with Mars and Cancer. We've already seen a bunch of shootings recently, Kentucky and Georgia. We had, and I think in the astrocartography, and I have to credit Pam Gregory, I heard her say, I think it was New Zealand, Australia, New Guinea, Brazil, west coast of America, like the very edge, and Canada for this eclipse path, Brazil as well. But I think what's really important with this ruler, with the Aries rising, Mars and Cancer, this is in the 4th house of home, the emotional mind. Mars and Cancer can be extremely overprotective and sensitive and emotional. And don't mess with the family home and the homeland. Okay? So, this is definitely some America First energy, which right now with, these Venezuela people, messing with people in Chicago and Colorado, it's kind of weird that our government is giving people all this money and food and shelter and not taking care of our own veterans and homeless population and just citizens, taxpayers here. That's not so cool. I don't know what you guys think about that. I'm all about, asylum and people who really need help, but it seems like things have gone overboard, and then we've given billions to Ukraine and Israel, and the American citizen, we're getting destroyed right now. And, I'm going to tell you, wait a minute, and black Africans, the Moors, we can't get reparations, and we built this whole thing? My ancestors? Get out of here with that. For real. Don't tell me you don't have my 40 acres and a mule. Shoot, even 2 acres and debt cleared and free education. That should be without question. So here's the moon conjunct Neptune. And like I said, it's still, in that axis of being conjunct Saturn, not as strong. But, when you're dealing with this lunar mansion behind it, Mercury, it's about our spiritual communications, you guys, in the spiritual realm to the collective. So at this full moon, if we all manifest love and peace in the world, it is going to spread like wildfire with love from our heart chakras in such a positive, beautiful way. The Virgo sun is in the 6th house, right? Of, our gut instinct, intuition, our small intestines, along with the Mercury, being of service to humanity. And, when you see it in this grand earth trine, right? 3rd house, Uranus, Taurus, and 2nd house, right? 2, 6, and 10, right? This is literally about the financial system, our values, our self-worth, and having that 6th sense. You have to tap into your intuition and activate your throat chakra and not only speak truth to power, but also the reality of what do we want to build? What do we want to build going forward with Pluto and Aquarius that did not work with power over the people, that now we have freedom, liberation, power to the people going forward November 19th? Well, this energy in this chart is telling you to expand your compassion and empathy, and don't accept a harsh, cold world that we've been living in, where we say that we don't have enough for citizens, because that's a lie. Because whenever they want to find money and print money, they surely have it for weapons to destroy and kill, right? So let's stop the myth and the game and lying, and let's deal in real practical realities. And this grand earth trine is screaming to that. This is in the 10th house of the government and the authorities, our legacy and public image. Our legacy has to be destroyed and rebuilt. Our government has to be destroyed and rebuilt. Our reputation, even for our country, has to be destroyed and rebuilt. We've gone astray. Forget the Constitution. I don't know if America has ever been on good footing for what it did to the indigenous Africans and the what they call them, Dene, the Native Americans, the First Nation people, right? I mean, we've got pyramids from ancient Kemet all in the Americas and in the Grand Canyons. There's no accident that they put the pyramid with the all-seeing eye on our dollar bill, right? The people that built and founded this country, they were Freemasons, and they knew that Kemet was the truth. Okay? So we need equal rights, freedom, civil rights, respect, but we need to really put our citizens first. But just really, it's about humanity and love. So that's that grand earth trine. And just like you see the Ceres, goddess of harvest here in Capricorn, opposing the Mars, right? You see the 8th degree. And then the nodes, it's 6 degrees. So it's very powerful in terms of us taking the self-actualization, responsibility, and being brave and courageous in our I am energy, so that we are responsible for ourselves and for the communities that we build. For the 7th house marketplace, where you go shopping, get your food, the kitchen. But understand, this Venus is squaring Pluto. So I also think we're going to have some revelations, and the Lilith is a part of this grand cardinal cross. Lilith is there too, in terms of trust your gut intuition. If you see chemicals sprayed on your fruits and veggies, do not eat it. Return it back and be like, oh, I want the food that is not sprayed by a peel or this and that or whatever. Go to the farmer's market. You may not be able to trust Whole Foods or Kroger's or Costco. Go to the farmer's market. Get the seeds, grow your own food. We're in a battle for the food supply and trying to eliminate farmers worldwide. You've seen it in Europe. You've seen in the last 2 years so many farms and property and food land here destroyed in our country. Oh, just randomly. Come on. This moon is your body, your health, your intuition, and you can dissolve the delusion, the deception of the media and television and Neptune. You don't have to fall for that anymore. You don't. If something smells funny and weird to you, it's because it is. Stop giving them a free pass. You're not a victim, so it's time to step up and do what you need to do, for your own reality. Okay? And really understand this Venus square Pluto, 7th to 10th house, Venus Libra, Pluto Capricorn. It's not exact, but this can also bring up some things around relationships. We can see some secrets, Mercury opposing Saturn, Venus square Pluto, about food, finances, money, and relationships. Some things revealed, some truths, secrets covered up. I think you're going to get some serious stuff around politicians and entertainers, but in your own practical lives, forget about them. What about in your own life? What have you been hiding from yourself, whether it's your food, fashion, relationships, or money, or with your partner? Things are going to come to the light. So be open-minded, but be prepared. And guess what? Don't live in secret. Whatever's in the dark will come to the light. I don't lie to my wife. I don't have any secrets. I don't have any affairs. This is the time to get it right. Get your heart and soul right. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I'm perfect, that you're perfect. Anybody has to be perfect. But this chart supports building a new reality with some solid foundations in the physical realm to make the changes that you need to make. Venus square Pluto, Mercury opposing Saturn, is letting you know that the stuff's going to hit the fan if you keep living in a lie or deception or delusion, lying to yourself. Libra is about not just the relationships, it's about harmony, peace, justice. There's going to be some things revealed about justice. I mean, look at Tariq Hill going to the football game yesterday. There's no reason, even if he was speeding, you get a ticket and that's it. To put him in cuffs and put him down on the ground, what are the cops doing? And I get tired of people saying, there's so many good cops. Really? Why do we have to keep saying that when we see all these things? If they were so good, they wouldn't just be killing, random people like they killed that woman in her home and then the 4-year-old nephew or whatever. What are we talking about here? Get out of here with that. This has nothing to do with BLM or George Floyd. This has been going on forever. The overseer. Overseer. Right? Karis One broke it down. Whoop, whoop. Okay, let's, people. Aren't you tired of the games and the lies? And you having to make excuses for the reality that you're seeing? Come on, when government or police or other people or big corporations and business people or politicians are lying and doing dirty. Check into your own intuition and your heart, your root chakra. Don't make excuses for them because they supposedly have positions of power. They're authorities. They're human beings like us. There's only one God. Nobody's any better than you, right? Trump, Harris, RFK, they're not any better than you and I. They're human beings. And everybody needs to be held to some sort of standard that is about freedom and liberation and power to the people, and not this, oh, go left because we told you to. And why? And who are you? I mean, think about what we just went through in 2020. People just were like blindly, falling into line for something that if they stopped and really thought about it, didn't really make logical sense. No, it didn't. And think about so many people that have died in the last 3 years. And still, we don't get truth about it from the television and the controlled media. Well, this Mercury opposing Saturn and this Venus squaring Pluto, oh, we may get some revelations that are not just on the social media, that the regular media may be forced to report, and not just Zuckerberg and Facebook saying, oh, Biden and Harris made me take down, certain truths and facts about during the C-19 stuff. What did you think when he said that? And he admitted to that. Well, there's going to be more. And I think it's hard for people to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I'm grateful, I love you, right? Ho'oponopono, right? But you should, and you should be able to admit to being wrong. Maybe some of your friends were right about their choices for their own health. Maybe your friends are right about what you quote unquote think is a conspiracy about certain things in this world. Maybe you've got to open up your mind and brain and get out of the matrix programming and the cognitive dissonance and understand even the terminology conspiracy theorist has been programmed and fed to you from a movie with Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts in the 90s. That really started after JFK assassination. Why do you think that is? Come on, you see, we're adults, and at some point you've got to ask yourself some tough questions and do your own research. Don't believe Fox and CNN. Please. Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Washington Post, whoever. Get out of here. Oh my God, people, come on. Come on, folks. Let's be adults. Where there's smoke, there's fire. This chart is asking you to build a better reality, to leave the old systems and structures and lies behind. Dream a real dream. Dream of freedom and liberation. Dream of love. Vibrate in the 5D. Dream of all the possibilities of free energy and curing cancer and this and that, and taking your health into control. You see what happens when people create cures and free energy and all of a sudden they get unalived. It's not an accident, and it happens time and time and time again. I don't even know why people announce what they've made or created. That's just like writing out a death sentence. I mean, it's like silliness. So, hey, I love everybody. I love Cornel West, Mary Williamson, RFK, Kamala Harris, Trump. I'm not into the politics anymore. I love all humanity. I don't have time for hatred. I love the people that shunned me during the, COVID years. I love the people that betrayed me and turned their backs on me. I love the people that wrote me off and thought I was dead when I was in coma for 40 days and didn't even say anything to me after I awakened and my mom passed. Friends, family, whatever. I still got love for them. Are some of these people man or woman enough to admit they were wrong and say sorry to me? No. I just celebrated my 30th anniversary of falling into coma on September 6th. Let's see, on September 21st, the anniversary of my mother passing, if somebody says anything. Or the 30th anniversary of October 16th when I awakened. I'm not waiting for it. But, can people have a heart and admit to being wrong or saying sorry and humble themselves? That's what a real man and woman could do. To say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, please forgive me. And not just to me, to millions of people. Because I can say when I'm sorry or wrong. My wife and I, we do it all the time to each other, but to our kids. I'll say I'm sorry to my sons if I said or did something wrong, or I was wrong about something and they were correct. That's what a real heart and soul and real human does, you guys. And I'm not preaching or saying I'm perfect. Far from it. Now, there's Jupiter in Gemini too. Because it's the ruler of this moon, it is going to expand our dreams. Expand the deception. Expand some confusion. Just be mindful, like I said, 2 weeks after, and you're seeing stuff in the news now, flooding, hurricanes, some extreme weather, but it also could be, some real serious lie on top of truth on top of lie on top of truth. Superman's story came from Kemet. I came out the booth with the chipped tooth. Jumped off the roof. More than 100 proof. Okay, so let's spread some love. Let's be Virgo and Pisces. It's a beautiful axis. It's the health axis. It's of service to the collective in the physical and spiritual reality. And it's time for everybody to walk into that. Look at the Pisces and the Virgo in your chart and really manifest the dream and the reality in those two houses that you want for your life. This is the time. These shifts are gigantic and huge. Pluto going to Aquarius, Uranus going to Gemini, Saturn, Neptune, and Aries. We are about to have a whole new world when you wake up January 1st, 2027. It's going to be before then, but I'm just giving you that time. A whole new reality and world. And what timeline will you live on? Will you vibrate from your heart chakra? Will you exist in love and faith over fear, stress, and anxiety? Will you take control of your own health? Will you be the best spiritual human you can be? Life is eternal. We can astro travel. We can speak to people on the other side. We can see different dimensions. I'm living proof of it. We all have to be willing to reopen and rework our minds and our hearts. You can do it. You can say, wow, I've been living the last 50 years, 55 years, 59 years, 43 years, 37 years, 30 years, 25 years. Wrong. Yeah, it sucks to feel like you've been deceived and lied to, but it doesn't suck when you grow up, wake up, and correct the wrongs and turn the car around and start going down to the road of truth and love and freedom. That's a good feeling. That's empowering. That's the Pisces Lunar Eclipse full moon energy. Love the truth. Love reality. Love yourselves and your fellow neighbor. Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. It's a super moon. It's going to be big. All right? All right, Pisces full moon. Peace. So, I hope I wasn't too heavy or too deep. I hope I tried to give you the reality of this chart and pierce your heart. Tuesday, September 17th, 10:34 p.m. Eastern, 7:34 p.m. Pacific. Expand your consciousness. Expand your heart. Expand your dreams. Expand your reality. Expand your spiritual discipline. Expand your mindset. Dissolve deceptions. Dissolve lies. Dissolve blind faith. Dissolve fake news. Exist in love and compassion and empathy, grace, mercy, and truth. Be the best version of yourselves and get ready for this shift of the Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node in 2025 and 2026. And let's build a new reality together. Please like, share, and subscribe. The Virgo birth chart sales rocking on September 21st. Email me to book it, eric@BigEAstrology.com. I hope I see you at Coffee Talk Friday, September 13th. Donald Trump's chart, no politics, $11, 70 minutes, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. eric@BigEAstrology.com. And then looking at the Libra solar eclipse on September 29th, 2 hours, $20, 11 a.m. Eastern. eric@BigEAstrology.com. You're ready. You're doing a great job. It's not time to give up or give up on yourself. It's time to take one step forward each day with love, compassion, grace, and mercy for yourself first. Increase your self-love. Activate the throat chakra. Speak your truth, but be real with yourself. No more lying to yourself. That's the worst. And push yourself to be a better human. You know when you're not giving the love to people. Stop liking and start loving. More love is more better. It's a great movie too. Shout out to Spike Lee, Mo Better Blues, all right? But for real, let's just expand the love. And let's build a new spiritual and physical reality for our lives with this Pisces Lunar Eclipse super full moon energy. 25 degrees, September 17th, Virgo season. I rhyme for a reason. Alright? Put the heathens in treason. Incomplete! Alright? Check out the website, sign up for the newsletter, BigEAstrology.com. The website's been having issues. Just put in BigEAstrology.com, not the www. Just working on some things, trying to create this funnel and stuff like that. A lot of things in the works the rest of 2024 and 2025. And I thank you for rocking with me. Share this video with people. You never know whose heart it could pierce. All right, please comment down below. Let me know where you've got this Pisces full moon and how you are building a new reality for your own life. All right, because you matter. You're famous. You're important. You got to claim it, exist in it, manifest it, and believe it. And not believe it, know it. Knowledge is love. All right? Bye, Pisces. Full lunar eclipse, super full moon energy. BigEAstrology. Peace.